Okay, so this is my second walk of the day I'm returning from, and there's 3 flights of stairs, and it's definitely exercise on my knees. And this is good for me, right? But then again, if I walked 10,000 steps, it'd be bad for me. Okay, so I'm on the, I don't know, 3rd or 4th floor according to how you look at it, but a lot of steps. And each step has 2 tiers to it. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at, but I'm in Bethlehem, and this is actually better than the hotel in Jerusalem, the hostel where I was staying in Jerusalem. But you got up these steps. That's gum on the thing. This is my, I don't know, everywhere you go. Normally there's cats sitting here, but so there's the cat's always eating here. There's no lock on the door, and this is where I'm living by myself. There's nobody living here with me. I'm in a hostel, completely alone with no way to lock the door. Okay, so this is where I sleep, which is better than camping, I guess. I got all my clothing over here, which is a complete mess, right? The only thing good about the place is I do have a balcony that's nice and warm out here during the sun. But it gets down to about 40 degrees Fahrenheit every night, and luckily I got enough covers. This cost about $1, and it's kind of a combination of thyme, sesame, dough, bread, and olive oil. I don't know what you call it. And here's the view. Every morning that mosque over there makes a bunch of noise about 5 o'clock, about 5 times a day. On the other side is I never see anybody walking to it, right? This stuff is surprisingly good. So the room's cold, and it's a debate all the time whether I should close the doors and try to make a greenhouse effect, or open the door and allow the heat in. This door is banging away. This is the shower, which is, I don't know. If I turn on the light. At best, better than camping. That's all I can say. I don't use these sinks. Everything's dirty. Nobody's here. They're running out of things. I have to turn on this hot water every day to try to do it. I'm going to turn it off right now because we don't want any bad will with the owner. Okay, so this is the toilet, and like normal, they don't want me to flush the paper down the toilet because they put in 2-inch drains instead of 4 inches. So I do have plenty of toilet paper, and he told me where's some extra. I don't use the toilet seat because they wiggle too much here in Israel. They're just not, I don't know. The old man comes over here once in a while. He was waiting the other day for a girl that's finally called and canceled, I guess, but he ends up laying down on this thing. He's just opening it up. There's absolutely nobody here. I'm by myself. I'll show you the kitchen later. So I'm often sitting here in the sun looking at this right over there would be Jerusalem. And I look at these clothespins once in a while, thinking that it might be nice to try to wash some clothing, because it's one of the worst parts about traveling is trying to get your clothes washed. Okay, so I'm always wearing, when I'm not in bed, which the bed is nice, don't get me wrong, I got about 4 or 5 blankets and it can be warm. But when I don't have it, I have to wear a shirt, a sweatshirt, a jacket, then I have another vest I wear, long pants and socks. And I'm not really prepared for this because I only have one pair of long pants. So that's why I'm always thinking about washing clothing. But in most hotels are assuming that you're never going to wash your clothing and somehow you're going to go home. So this is the kitchen. I did find a light switch finally. And they got this, I don't know, water thing where I can heat up water. This is supposed to be what you put this soap thing in and wash. Obviously, it's very dirty. I have been cooking here, so I had to clean all the pans. I've got some eggs, cheese, and butter. And I can make a pretty good omelet out of that, or whatever you want to call it. But generally, overall, you can tell that it's just ground in dirt everywhere, right? And a lot of times this is pretty normal. Okay, so I cut off a piece, or I cut the package in two, and this is about $3 for a pretty good sized chunk. Shall I wash the dishes? Maybe every third time. Drinking some water, getting my probiotics. Definitely getting enough germs here. There's a question as to how much work you'll do to stay healthy. I just put my cheese down on this counter. Scary. I hope I'm scaring you straight. Okay, so I just watched a movie, but I'm using the headsets because I don't want people to know that I'm here or here. I'm going to start packing even though it's 3 days early. Okay, so this is the 4th night in, and I finally figured out which one of these switches is for the light in the bathroom. And I'm going to leave it on because I end up coming in here in the middle of the night and not being able to see anything, right? Okay, so I'm having a lot of problems separating the clean clothes from the dirty clothes, and it looks like I have way too many dirty clothes right now. These are the dirty ones, and there's an extra pillowcase over here. This is a bag that I found that I'm using to put heavier things that I keep in my thing. There's my lamp, and this is my... But I need to get organized a little bit because I decided that to be careful here, I need to be ready to pack quickly. This is my towel, and they don't seem to have any towels here. I've been using this sheet to like walk to this toilet in the night, kind of like a towel, but generally you can see there's just a mess. I got to tear apart my bed and make it again so that I can get in and out of it without all the sheets and everything. But I put all the things on the floor, then I roll it into the bed. Okay, so I got this, and I'm going to flip that into the bed. At least the fitted sheet is relatively big. I keep this backpack sort of at the back because that's where all my money's at, and I take it with me everywhere I go because it's got my passport, everything like that inside it. Okay, so I rolled that in there. I kind of use these shorts as a pair of pajamas. I don't wear anything under there if I can, because in Jerusalem I had to wear my clothes all the time because it was so cold. I have enough blankets here. I might add another blanket here just so I'm warmer yet. Okay, so I added another blanket. You can see it's not so clean, but any way you do it, this is better than camping. Okay, as normal, I'm using toilet paper as you know, something to clean with, paper towels, right? I've ended up bringing all the trash in here to the kitchen because the cats come in here, and I need to keep them away from stuff. It doesn't matter what I do, they're going to climb in here if they get it. They can actually climb under the door, so cats are being a real pain in the butt, and I'm going to try to clean up a little bit here today because it's even too dirty for me, right? Okay, it's the 11 something prayer, and as always, I never see anybody going to prayer except on Fridays. And I put my backpack back there because I want it on the inside so that it's the hardest place to steal. They would almost have to wake me up to steal it. But there's all these little strategies, right? Okay, I have to put my socks in the shoes, especially in the dorm, because they move around and I won't be able to find my socks. Okay, you can see it's a little cleaner now, and there's over there where I started packing, and I wiped off my counter. But as a rule of thumb, the way you want to do it is always leave it just a little bit cleaner than when you entered. Doesn't always work that way, but that's the idea. The longer I stay, the more I do that, kind of leaving the place just a couple pieces cleaner than when I entered. Okay, down by my chia seed, I'm eating for fiber. I'll plug in my phone because when I'm in the room, I plug in my phone. That way it's always up to speed. Okay, so this room is empty. Hey, they got a heater in here. Oh, that's tempting. There's a bed in here and a fan and a shower, and it's got a lock on the door, and I'm tempted to move into the thing just because it's open. On the other side is I didn't pay for it, right? I'm in here cooking 3 eggs. 3 eggs with cheese on top of it. I got a lid on here so the cheese will melt. And this is working out pretty good because the pan is, I don't know, it doesn't stick. Cup's dirty as hell, but the only person using it is me. So, what do you think? If the only person using the cup, this plate, and the dish is me, does it really matter? Okay, this is my concoction of turmeric. I don't know. It's got about ginger, cinnamon, red hot pepper, all sorts of thermogenic foods which make the blood pressure go up, the heat of the body go up. It makes you heat up. Okay, so I'm freezing. I got this cheese and egg kind of omelet. And I got to make sure I keep shutting the lights off because if anybody will get upset, what they get upset about the most is leaving the lights on. Okay, so I sit in front of this mirror and I trimmed up my beard and tried to do my eyebrows and the sides of my hair. And I have one extension that I use. I'm going to get this thing to shut off. The point is this, is that the lighting is horrible, and at a certain point you need to trim up your beard, I guess. I don't really have to, but what was interesting to me, and I'm going to tell you, is that I'm standing here in a towel, and it's about, say, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold. And the value of this is that your mitochondria has to really react and basically, to keep your body warm, it works really hard. So there's a value to freezing because it exercises the body and keeps you physically fit in a way. Okay, so this is a cooker that heats up water, and I could turn it on, and it's all plugged into the same place. But I also plugged in the hot plate. So obviously, I don't know where this, I think the refrigerator's plugged into the same plug, at a certain junction, at a certain level, I'm going to blow fuses. Okay? And if I turned on the microwave, the hot plate, the thing in the fridge, I could probably blow a fuse, and I'll never figure out where they're, I don't really want to spend my whole time looking for the fuse, so I use one heating element at a time. Okay, so I don't have any way to lock this door, so what I do in the night is I got this little thing and I flip it over here so that if somebody was going to come in, they're going to kind of make a noise. Hey, kind of the nature of developing countries. Nothing's ever finished. And they can do that for free, right? Okay, I'm going to go over and have a $1.50 coffee here at the Croissant. I'm in Palestine. I'm in Bethlehem. I'm in a coffee shop that's pretty nice. Okay, I continually think about starting a cinnamon roll business in Africa. And so I have to try the cinnamon rolls everywhere. And I can tell you the breads and the cinnamon rolls and everything in Israel or Palestine, West Bank, are excellent. They actually have sugar in them, not like the Mexican stuff that basically they wave the sugar at it. And this is why you should never care anything about TripAdvisor, because they'll put their their logo on any company. 8.8, and so will Booking.com, along with Hostel World. None of these companies have any values at all. Okay, I'm going to sit down at this chair and make a video here in a second on signals of... Oh, there's a jet flying over. Signals of depression or happiness. Okay, so I'm coming over here and getting chicken. It was kind of humorous because the guy charged me 18 today instead of 20. And he demanded that the price was only 18, and the older man demanded that it was 20. So it was kind of humorous because what is the truth, right? And this is always the problem. Okay, so what's funny is being a tourist is that everybody lies to you all day long. It's just constant. And so what did I pay for the chicken? Who knows what's the right price is. Am I happy? Yes, I am. Okay, so I'm in Bethlehem, West Bank, Israel, and this costs $5 US. And if I'm in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, I can't afford to eat it. I did have one time, I had 3 little pieces of, well, pretty big pieces of liver, and the guy wanted like $4 for it, 15 shekels. Okay, but the point is this, is that the quality of life here is, in a lot of ways, in Palestine, a lot better than it is in Israel because of the cost of living is so onerous and the people are so unhappy. It's about a 50% chance somebody's going to say hello to you here. They actually come up and say hello. In Jerusalem, I'm not going to live here because the chances of getting killed is about 20 times higher, right? People actually do kill people here for religion. Or something. Who knows? It's actually insane. Okay, so the hostel gives you sandals. It's kind of humorous because technically they're just as dirty as the floor. This is common in, I guess, the Muslim countries. Okay, so I walked into the girls' dorm just for kicks, and I realized they got a heater in here. Hey, And they actually even made all the beds, I guess mostly. It's kind of interesting sometimes. This room's actually almost clean in comparison to mine. But no alcohol. Go figure. We're in a Islamic country that could stop about 90% of travelers, right? But there's your heater. I might move it over to my room, but you never know what's going on with people. They can come up with all sorts of righteous ideas why I don't deserve a heater and the girls' room does. Of course, there's only one guest in this whole hostel, and that's me. Okay, so this is the square that's close to my house, and this is where I walk to every day. Hey, there's a guy here that sells coffee, but I think he tries to get 3 times the price or double the price. I like the coffee machine though, the coffee container. I eat across the street on the corner. I eat chicken for $5. Okay, I came and ate this bread, which is thyme, olive oil, sesame seeds, and they're making it every day for me, and he just gave me some time as a gift. Okay, so I'm very happy to leave tomorrow, and but I'm not sure that I would ever consider these guys poor here. They got electric motorcycles, all the vegetables and food you could ever dream of. And they smoke. Smoking is a signal of prosperity. Okay, so they have the call to prayer about 5 times a day, I guess. And you would always expect that there would be hundreds of people walking towards the mosque. That isn't what is happening. Okay, so it's 24 hours until I leave. I leave about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's 11 a.m. And I'll be leaving, so I need to start cleaning up. I stop doing what I do, and I start throwing away everything. I start packing, I start cleaning. I always do this about, the day before. The day before is just kind of a packing, slowly packing. Okay, so there's a church over there making a bunch of noise. There's a mosque over here making a bunch of noise. And I'm in Bethlehem, one of the most unholy places I've ever been in my life. Okay, so it's about the 5 o'clock call to prayer, and as I say, you hardly ever see anybody going there. I'm in the room trying to figure out how to get this heater working. I'd really like to be able to pack tomorrow with heat. So I got it working, but the fan's not blowing, so I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so I found some light switches, and I'm trying to get it light enough. There's a fluorescent light right there, but doesn't seem to work. And I got the heater running, so I'll heat up the room, and then I'll turn it on about 5 in the morning. It'll take about a half hour to heat this room up. There is no fan on this. Can't find a fan, if there is a fan on this heater, but I really don't want to pack up in the dark and in the cold. So I'm trying to optimize my packing time. Okay, so it's 7:45 and I'm closing up shop here. I'm the only one in this hostel. And trying to make sure that everything's relatively clean, because basically I'm always afraid, because Booking.com gives our credit cards to people. Okay, so I'm happy to leave these 4 flights of stairs. I'm in Bethlehem, And I know where the taxis are because I scouted this out the day before. They're all here at the corner. And to me it's very low security, but I'm leaving. I go through the turnstile. There's so many people enter here that, you know, it's ridiculous in a way. The Palestinians enter, but the Jewish people don't enter Palestine. Okay, so I'm officially leaving Palestine. I'm out of the country. And 7 days, I guess a little bit of worry, right? But the bus is 2:34, and everybody on the Google Maps and everything tells you the wrong bus to come here. And it's amazing. They made me open my bag, and all these Palestine people are coming through without checking. Absolutely the weirdest. And I'm obviously not Palestine, right?